So for me, pacing is inherently tied to story, which if you want to have a compelling narrative without taking a player's agency away, there's a 5-step process for that. Define the plot up front. There's a difference when your players asking, well, what do we do? And hey guys, what do you want to do? Like, what do you want to do about the goblins attacking us is different than, man, we don't have any direction. If this one happens, you made a mistake. So define the quest up front. You guys, I'm a big fan of strong starts too. Never ever start in a tavern ever again unless that tavern is on fire. Never do that. You wake up naked, chained to each other, being slowly lowered into a dragon pit. The ship has been hit with a flaming boulder. You're sinking. You all wake up on the battlefield, the 300 enemy dead around you, an army of clearly pissed off mages advancing in your direction. Start like that. Like you give them a direction right now, something to do right out of the gate. So make the intent, the quest, even if it's just survive this frame. Make the intent make the plot clear. Have them walk to the plot and obviously have something interesting happen. Get to the plot and discover it's not the real plot. Have them walk to the real plot. Have them resolve the real plot. That's it. Have something cool happen in each one of these. If you have fighty, enjoying players, make at least 2 of these combat encounters. And split them up. That's it.
Cool.
And then make sure, like, if you most of my one shots are 5 hours. If my players round off at one of those events in 20 minutes, then I need to make one of them bigger because the amount of time they paid for it didn't get smaller because they're more efficient. So you need to increase that on the fly. Increase the number of enemies. I'm not a big fan of increasing hit points. It is boring to do literally anything more than once. If you hit the dragon, the first time the dragon appears in front of you and goes and breathes fire, that's terrifying. If he hits you and you take a third of your life, holy crap. If you punch him and you deal 10 damage, cool. Now it's just a battle of attrition if you have to hit him again. So turn the damage up, turn the hit points down, because Legolas goes like that and kills 3 orcs in less time than it took me to say it. He's not going to let you do that unless you get creative with the hit points. So the answer for high impact combat, which comes up a lot, is not more hit points. Give your enemy a fancy benefit, and do video game tactics with it. Every third hit, the bad guy goes like that and sends him 40 feet backwards. Every third hit, the bad guy goes, and one of them takes 3d8 damage, right? A sizable amount of damage as a counterattack. Your players will love that because they'll notice the pattern eventually and adapt around it and feel like a genuine badass, even though all you did was give them exactly, it's 2 + 2 = 4. It's easy, but they'll love it. Pacing is hard. Guy has a couple of videos on it. I think Professor Dungeon Master has a video on it. Seth Skorkowski has a video on it. I'm sure you can find bunches of others on YouTube. But for me, pacing requires modular shifting while you play. Sometimes, even if you can count on, even if you have players that come to the table and they're always efficient, one of these days they're not going to have gotten enough sleep. They're going to be sick. Their boss is going to have pissed them off. Something, and they're not going to be the same guy they always are. So you can't even really account for the players you always have being the way they always are. That's not fair of you to do, and it's unfair. Like, you're screwing yourself. Don't do that. Instead, just adjust a little bit. It's like playing a racing video game or driving. You don't adjust a lot because then you end up in the wall. You adjust a little bit.
Cool. All right. So I think we're going to end off here, but before we go, so do you want any things you want to plug, like your Facebook page? I don't know if you have a Twitch account, anything like that.
I'm sorry. I have a Facebook page, Gathering of Gaming Goblins. Feel free to hire me or just say hi. My DM box is always open. One of my favorite things to do is help new hosts get better at what they want to do. If you want to host, whether it's professionally or not, I would be happy to help you with that. It's a kind of a passion thing of mine. And
Cool.
I've got a Twitter page that's just me talking about stuff. I think that's Radio Blue. I honestly don't remember. I'll send it to Andrew at some point.
Very cool.
And I have a page on Andrew's platform that he made. You should all go see that. I forget what it's called right now. Hold on, it's brilliant looking.
Oh no, I think you're on Devon's platform.
Is that Devin's platform? I just
Yeah.
assumed you made that. My apologies. StartPlaying.games. Devin made it. It's brilliant. It's slick. It's cool looking. It's easy. And I'm go to enough websites and give a really big crap about formatting. And that website's really easy to dig through. And I think that's really cool. Devin did a really great job.
Yeah. Cool. And then last question. So what do you see as the future of the game, and what are you excited for?
The entire, like the whole bit, or just like me?
I think it's more like the paid DMing, like what do you see in the future?
I see that being, I mean, I don't know. I feel like more people are going to get paid. I think when COVID wears off, you'll find that less, because right now there's a whole bunch of people sitting at home going like this, looking to spend their money on something, right? Looking to fill their day. They're bored, and people totally make desperation purchases. I do, like all the time. I spend money because I'm bored. I eat because I'm bored. I didn't get this big because of, copious amounts of exercise. I don't work out when I'm bored, right? But it's a good idea. I should start doing that. But I think when the COVID wears off, you'll find that a lot of the paid, not just the GMs, but in general, lots of things that people were spending money on at home, buying another movie, buying maybe now somebody cancels their Hulu subscription because they have Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, and whatever. I think in general, you'll find that less money will get spent right after people go back to work and have their normal lives again, and they're just not as bored because they aren't stuck inside as much. But I think after that, that'll level out. And I don't think that'll necessarily have anything to do with the table. I just think that's people in general. Like, I'm lucky enough that I get to host 4 tables a week, and I was doing that before COVID. But I imagine that a lot of my players are going to go do other things. They have lives. Just right now, those lives are interrupted. The Monday table had a couple of players leave because they got to go back to their real life jobs. And I said, hey, it was great playing with you. And they were like, yeah, you bet. Love to hire you again sometime. And I said, oh, cool. but I didn't give them any ill will or anything. They have jobs and families and lives. And I think overall, less money will be spent on this and every other hobby for a percentage of time after COVID wears off. But I don't think the hobby's going anywhere, paid or otherwise. Like it came up before, D&D has never been more popular.
Yes.
Now is the greatest time ever to run a Marvel tabletop game. Aquaman is cool now. I knew that because I'm a rampant comic book reader. But the planet, not just nerds, the planet thinks Aquaman is cool now because Jason Momoa looks good with a trident. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think people are going to be more used to playing tabletop game paid DMs because I'm on Roll20, so it's going to be more of a
if you go on Roll20 right now, they've got a whole chunk of guidelines for listing your paid table because it's an expectation now. You're going to, and they know it, and they want you to brand your link that says free or paid. Or I realize that when I say professional, there tends to be a discrepancy there, and that one throws me off. A lot of the time when I say professional, and people go, okay, cool. And then I say, okay, great. This is what the rate is. And they went, oh, what do you mean money? I did say professional, didn't I?
Yes.
And
it's new.
That doesn't happen.
It's a new thing. It'll probably catch on like professional. Yeah. In my mind, somebody says they're professional or something. They usually, if you're a professional golfer, you get paid to golf. Yeah.
Right. If you're a professional Bigfoot hunter, right, that means somebody gave you money to go hunt Bigfoot. Right.
Exactly. It means you make a living doing it as a profession.
Right. Now, there's a question. Is the line once you get paid, or is the line once you make a living doing that thing? Where's the line?
That's arguing semantics at that point. But I would say profession insinuates that you're doing it as a job. Whether it covers all your bills or not, I don't know.
Okay. See, that's where I'm at. As soon as somebody pays you to do a thing, You are a professional doer of that thing. Whether
Yes.
or not that is enough money to cover your rent this month is a completely different question.
Yes. Exactly. And yeah, I mean, whatever, it's just semantics because you can
Yep.
say professional juggler, but I wouldn't expect you to be juggling full time.
Yeah, right. So this has been fun.
Yeah.
I hope I was helpful.
Yeah, it was good. So let me just, we'll end off here.